Whether you want to be able to work from your van, chill out with some Netflix, stay in touch with family, remotely monitor for security, or just keep up to date with travel and weather information. For some of us, having internet access in your van can be very useful. In parts 1 and 2 of this series, we've talked about the equipment you could use. Now Juno's joined me, sit, to talk about picking a data plan. We know from experience that this can be a bit of a minefield, so we'll talk about what to look out for, and we've tried to find what are the best on offer in the UK as of March 2020. We'll also share some special links in the video description to help you get extra rewards when signing up. And all this is summarised on our website, which we'll also update regularly as new deals become available. So let's get on with it. High five, Juno. Good gal.
Don't miss any of our regular videos by hitting that subscribe button now. You can also check out our website at explorevan.uk for more details on our vans, trips and all the products we talk about. When selecting any plan, there are a few things you might want to consider in addition to the price. When it comes to picking a network in the UK, there are 4 main networks. Each of these networks operate their own infrastructure and offer plans to use. But there's also multiple brands that use their infrastructure called MVNOs. The connection and coverage for the MVNO is the same as the parent network. If you look at a national level, overall the coverage of the 4 networks are pretty similar. We've used Vodafone, 3, EE and O2 networks with various different plans over the last year or so, and we've found their coverage to all be pretty good. You will find areas where some are better than others, so if you have a location you know you're going to be using regularly, it is worth trying out a short-term pay-as-you-go with that network just to check the coverage is good before committing to a longer contract, as the coverage map predictions aren't always accurate. One point of note is the 3 network. As you can see in this comparison, the 3 network does appear to have a significantly slower connection than others when there's a strong 4G signal. However, what we have found is that when moving away from towns and into the country, 3 does appear to have better coverage than the other networks. So although slower in some areas, there seems to be more areas you can at least get a signal compared to the other networks. Overall, if you're travelling around, it may be best to just pick the company that does the deal that suits you best. As a backup, we do have our phones on a different network to our in-van Wi-Fi. That way we maximise the chance of being able to get a signal on at least one device. The price of a plan is usually determined by the amount of data that's included, so overestimating how much you'll use can be costly. Here we've given some examples of data usage for common things to help you assess how much you'll lose. If you're still not sure, it could be best to go with a flexible plan where you can change tariff, or a non-contract plan, so once you know what you're using you can find the best deal for you. Plans that offer rollover means that any data you don't use one month rolls over to the next. This can be useful if you have some months with higher usage than others. Make sure to check for how many months they will roll over, and this only really works out if you have some months where you will use what you've rolled over. If you find yourself rolling over every month, it's probably worth looking to save money by changing to a lower tariff. SMARTY do this slightly differently. Instead of rolling over data, they give you money back for any unused data, which you may find more appealing. Where you have plans where you purchase a bucket or goodie bag of data, it's important to check out the expiry of that data. Some only last a month, so any data you've not used disappears, assuming it doesn't roll over. Others can have an expiry date of 12 or even 24 months, so for a one-off fee you get a chunk of data to use over the next year or 2. This may work well if you have irregular usage, where you only want to have small amounts of access most of the year and then want to be able to use it for a few weeks at high usage. You can often get a lower monthly cost by entering into a contract, but then you're tied in. So if a better deal comes up, or if you don't need it for a few months, you can't do anything about it, and you would be paying for something you're not using. It's also worth remembering that most contracts allow the network to increase the price even during the term of the contract, and if it's in line with the retail price index, you are still tied into the increased price. If you're going to be varying how much data you use, or you don't want to be tied down, look out for 30-day contracts or no commitment plans so you can switch plans or even networks whenever you want. We talked about tethering in part 1 of the series, where we use the smartphone as a hotspot to connect to the devices. Some plans do have restrictions on tethering, so if it's something you're planning to do, make sure to check out the small print. Here are some examples of the kind of restrictions some plans have. Some plans with higher or unlimited data allowances have terms and conditions that allow the network to reduce the speed at which you get data if you're using a lot. This could be pretty frustrating. If you want a consistent performance irrelevant to the amount of data you use, make sure to check there are no restrictions. All the UK operators currently include roaming in the EU. However, many of the unlimited plans limit how much data you can use while roaming, so be sure to check. If you're travelling further afield, there are plans that offer a wider range of destinations with inclusive roaming, so it's worth checking. If you want the ultimate connectivity whilst in the UK, you could get a UK roaming SIM, which lets you use whichever UK network is best in the location you're in, but you do pay a premium. M2M Mobile and Anywhere SIM are 2 examples of these. We've not included these in our comparison as we've never used them due to the high running cost, and we've always been happy with the coverage we have got on the standard networks. So from the standard UK operators, here are what we think are the current top buys. If you're not looking to use loads of data and might not need it every month, but you want to have access whenever you need to, 3 have 2 prepay packages available that might suit you. For a one-off fee, you can get 12GB that doesn't expire for 12 months for £40, or 24GB that doesn't expire for 24 months for £60. We've included a link in the description where these are currently available for £29.99 and £42.96. We used the 12-month package in our VanLife last year and found it great to be able to dip in and out of. If you mainly use data for social media, all Voxi plans, which uses the Vodafone network, give unlimited social media. Plans start from £10 per month for 8GB of data on top of the unlimited social media. And with no contract, you can cancel at any time. Although it's far from guaranteed, there are also some examples of Voxi not enforcing their 2-month fair use policy for European roaming, so it could be good for longer trips abroad. If you use the link we've put in the video description, you'll receive a £10, £15 or £20 Amazon voucher after your 2nd month, depending on the plan you pick. I'm currently using a Voxi SIM in my phone and have been very impressed with the speed of connection and the impact on my data usage with the unlimited social media. If you want to be commitment free, we think the current plans from SMARTY are a great deal, with 30GB per month for £10 or 50GB for £15. You can get a free 2nd month by using our link in the video description. If you don't want to worry about what data you're using, there are fully unlimited data plans, remembering that when roaming there may be a limit. If you're planning to travel outside the EU, a contract with 3 gives you Go Roam World, where you get inclusive data in lots of countries, including Europe, USA and Australia, and unlimited data in the UK. Currently, it's £22 a month on a 12-month contract, with the first 6 months half price at only £11, or £20 per month on a 24-month contract. Using the link in the video description will also get you a £25 Amazon voucher when you sign up for a 12 or 24-month plan. Do note that the unlimited data plans are available in the voice section of 3's website, not the mobile internet section. As we've increased the amount of data we use from our van Wi-Fi, we've recently started using SMARTY, who seem to offer the best flexible UK genuine unlimited plan, currently at £20 a month. There are no restrictions on tethering, no throttling to slow you down, and no contract. So if you're not going to use it for a month, or if a better deal comes up, you just don't pay. They use the 3 network in the UK and EU roaming is included. There is a limit of 20 GB a month when roaming. If you use the link in the video description to sign up, you'll get a free month after the first month. Here's a quick comparison of all of these deals. We hope that it'll help you to pick a plan that suits you. As new plans become available, if we feel they're better, we'll update our website and we'll do further video updates, so hit that subscribe button to keep up to date.